No stock market bell this morning on the floor of a Madison microbrewery, but there is plenty of excitement about going public.
News 3's Danica Lewis joins us now. And Danica, what can you tell us about this company?
Well, really interesting concept to begin with, Michelle and Eric. Mobcraft was already asking its customers what to put in their stouts and ales, and so this was a concept worth tapping into. This new law that we're talking about, the author of it and the Mobcraft crew say it's now easier to sell shares and have neighbors investing in neighbors.
There may be no better business than brewing with your buddies.
Kind of got scared by the financials, being 22-year-olds.
Henry Schwartz and the other two Whitewater grads running Mobcraft knew they couldn't just brew.
That's probably the piece of our business plan that's been the most true out of everything. There we go.
They asked their customers, the true brewmasters, what should fill the boxes of empty bottles.
We crowdsource our beer recipes. We get this great emotional connection with our consumers. Why can't they be part owners? And felt it was a great route for us to go.
A law that went into effect this summer made it easier for Mobcraft to go public through the online platform Craft Fund.
It's a great access to capital that's really needed in Wisconsin. People can start fundraising in means that have been a little bit trickier than before.
This way they actually have skin in the game where they can get a profit.
State Rep David Craig wrote the law and says before the statutes, selling shares of a small business like Mobcraft took a big stack of paperwork and $30,000 in legal fees.
This allows the small business person, regardless of what industry they're in, to be able to tap into their community or people that are familiar with their industry and raise capital that's been largely sitting on the sidelines.
Under the law, Mobcraft can tap into up to $1 million in equity sales, $2 million if they agree to an audit. If more capital means more caps, and more caps, more sales, the cling of a beer to be becomes the music of money. And there is no better business than that.
The majority of us just want to make beer and be happy doing it.
And how can you not be happy making beer, right? As it's written now, investors can buy up to $10,000 in shares from a company that goes public. But under this law, you have to be a Wisconsin resident to be this kind of shareholder. Keeping it in state is how any small business can get out of some of the more stringent and expensive federal and state processes. Now, Mobcraft hopes to move into a new space next year and hire on more staff members with any additional capital that's coming in.
What a concept.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what other kinds of businesses kind of buy into this as well.
All right. Thank you, Danica.
Sure.
Danica.